Hey, welcome back to the food forest. It's actually really nice this time of year. Just listen to this. It's just so peaceful, so quiet. Today's video is going to be about one of the most important things that you can do right now if you're in a cold, hardy climate, and it's actually about this right here, right there. Whoop. So let's go talk around. What is the most important thing that you should be doing right now? Learn lessons from me and many other people who've made these mistakes about not being diligent enough about protecting from rabbits. So here's the food forest in mid to late November. It's unseasonably warm right now. It's funny too, because when I was a kid, we'd never get Novembers like this. We were pretty much full snow right after Halloween, and usually during Halloween would be the big time where we would have a huge snowfall. But anyway, it's unseasonably warm right now, and you can see that we've gone around adding in trunk protectors. I'll talk about the different types of trunk protectors that I use. They are critically important, and we've actually got this year a new puppy, Rosie, who is being so kind to go around and systematically rip them off every 5 minutes and start chewing on them, and she thinks that they're her toys. So that's another challenge that we've got, which is another reason why I've moved to these really thick big old pipe protectors. Now here we are right at the front of the food forest, and this is like one of the oldest peaches. You can see it's splitting, and its time here is probably short-lived. So what we have been doing in the last couple years is planting things all around it. We've actually got some seedlings, peaches that we have here growing up that are going to replace the peach tree in the future. We've been putting trunk protectors around them, but you can see that Rosie's been getting to them. We've got some other seedlings in here as well. I think that one there is a service berry. We've got a pawpaw right here. These are just small little seedling trees that I'll plant here. I might dig them up later, but we get protectors on all these because rabbits will actually take those right down to the ground. And even on the trees, this one here, this linden tree, for example, this is just not high enough, because what will happen is this looks good now, but actually the best place for this trunk protector is actually to slide it like this all the way up. This here is actually a better way to do the trunk protector, because rabbits right now are still foraging off of all the little greens. They're eating grasses. They still have grasses to eat. They've got kale, they've got clover everywhere. They've got lots of stuff to eat, so they're not really in the business of eating bark yet. They really eat that to get to the ramule wood. There's a little bit more sugar in there, and they also kind of file their teeth down as they chew on that in the wintertime. But it's really because there's a lack of food. So you actually want your trunk protectors more like that, because what's going to happen is snowfall is going to build up. And if the trunk protectors are down, you've got a whole section of exposed tree. And we usually get our girdling that happens 3 or 4 feet up over above the ground level. So a trunk protector like that is actually a little bit better, believe it or not, than one that's lower. You can start with them low, and then as it snows, if you are mindful enough to come back out, roll those back up. But we also have been systematically moving towards trunk protectors like this. So let's show what this here is. This is just 1,000 times better, and all it is big O pipe. We call it big O here. It's drainage tile for septic beds, and basically it's got little holes drilled into it all around the side. I just cut sections out, cut them down the middle, and then open them up and put them around the trunk protector, around the trunk as a protector. That is just so much more effective at keeping rabbits away, and it's 1,000 times better. It also allows for more growth of the tree. Now it will girdle the tree a little bit more intensely than these white ones that have a little bit more flexibility and movement. But at the same time, what I've actually found is if I leave these on the trees for too long, the tree actually grows where like this gets grown into the tree, and it will actually girdle really bad with these, surprisingly bad. They don't really open up as the tree swells and gets bigger, it actually just, the tree, like it attaches around the tree and gets caught, and then the tree just kind of grows around it, and they're really, really bad. So you do want to get these off the trees when they get a little bigger. Once the trees get about the size of that big peach down there, then you don't really have to worry about it anymore. And rabbits don't really like this wood. Let's just pop over there through all of these sea buckthorn. Once they get about this big, you know, the rabbits don't bother these trees. You'll notice if you've got a big maple tree or something like that, or an oak, rabbits don't really girdle those trees. They don't chew on them that much. It's mostly the baby trees, the young trees, anything smaller than maybe about a 3-inch diameter. Once it gets to this, which is maybe 5 or 6 inches diameter, yeah, the rabbits don't really bother it, so we don't have to really worry about that anymore. See, so there's in the raspberry patch, we've got a serviceberry growing up in there, and you can see that she's pulled that one off and ripped it apart. That one used to be all up this tall serviceberry here, so we'll have to get another one as well. She's just walking around pulling all these off, and it's really, really frustrating. So she's a ton of energy, super, super kind dog, beautiful animal. She keeps that rabbits and everything away, which is really nice. But yeah, she does get into everything. She's just a pup. And she is currently loving to pull all the trunk protectors off of every single tree I have. Yes, I'm talking about you.